politically correct Trump. You could say this and you could say that. I'm pretty sure he ain't hanging around a bunch of niggas. He probably hanging around a bunch of other. And if he is hanging around black people, they ain't worried about racism. They talking about getting some money. I'm sure of it. If I'm a billionaire, I don't want to sit around no white man, me and him kumbaya talking about race. Hey, let's go get this motherfucking money.
All right. So here's the thing.
Right.
So there are all these, white boys are talking to me about Trump and, he's a terrible racist. And it's like, well, how could the black people vote for him more than each time? And, they didn't vote for him a lot more, but men did.
Right, men did.
Okay. And I said, you know what? I don't want to speak for all black people. And this is where I need to tell you.
Sure.
You tell me if I was wrong or right.
Okay.
I said, you know what I think black people think about Trump? Like, is he a racist? Yeah, but they think every white person is kind of a racist. And do they think that white people behind closed doors talk like Trump? Yeah, he's just a crazy person.
That last part right there. It's not that. It's not
he
that.
Just says it out loud
as black people. I don't want to speak for all black people, whatever.
No,
obviously
because they're not all alike.
That's right, all. Exactly. But I will say this to you, as being a black man, you don't look at white people and automatically think they're racist.
And another thing, I seen Stephen A. Smith is, I guess, trying to get into this political ring or change a lot of the talking points that he is outside of sports. For the most part, he's been a real centrist, and a lot of his takes have been kind of. I could agree, because that's how I feel. I don't feel like every white person that I see is racist. I don't feel like every white person come from a family who's been part of the KKK or owned slaves, because I know too much history. I don't believe that white people are better than me. I don't believe that a lot of white people think that they're better than me. I just think that people are trying to go by their everyday lives and try to better their family. Like I said, most people that's going to work an everyday 9 to 5 ain't got time to be racist. Just saying, they just ain't got time to be racist.
You automatically know they're different than you, that they think different than you, that they come from a different cultural background and experience things differently than they do. Right. So that second part is very, very important, because when you talk about how Trump talks, we're going like this. So that's the first time he talked like that, when he became president. Who the fuck you think you playing with? We know better than that. We know better than that. We know that ain't the first time, and we know that the people that he was friends with all of these years, he talked just like that around y'all, and y'all didn't have no problem with it. Don't act like you have a problem.
And also had some genuine black friends and black folks who like him.
Well, let me tell you this. I don't know if I told you.
Because it's complicated.
I don't know if
Life
I told you
is complicated.
I wouldn't call myself his friend by any stretch of the imagination back in the day.
Right.
But I've told this on many occasions. I said this in my recent appearance on The View and stuff like that. Trump and I were friendly.
Right.
Before he ran for president. He used to have these boxing matches, particularly during the Tyson fights at the Trump casinos. He would be at the Knicks game.
I got to ask y'all a question. If a white person calls another white person racist, right, but they don't know them, and they just taking the side of a black people because maybe black people have said it, or maybe they've been around enough black people to say it. Do you think that's fair for a white person to judge another white person to say that they're racist? Now, if they come out and say, I don't like the niggers, we will all agree. But I haven't seen anything. I've seen Joe Biden say stuff about niggers, and I don't want my kids playing on a racial jungle, or all of this. So I seen Joe Biden have clips of actually being on the Senate floor saying the most racist, vile stuff ever. I haven't heard Trump say anything like that. They try to act like when he was running for president the first time, he said, hey, what else y'all got to lose? Y'all might as well vote for me because y'all schools ain't shit. He didn't lie. Democratic ran city where I'm at, Birmingham, Alabama, been failing damn near 30 years plus. You can look it up. Baltimore, ain't none of their kids on proficient in math or reading. None of their kids in their school system. So I'm just saying.
And stuff like that. And if we're being totally honest, all the brothers found him to be cool.
Right.
They found him to be very cool. So let's be clear, because he knew his sports. All right. He would say what he feels.
And that go back to what I was saying earlier. Forsaken. That's what I was saying earlier. black people have to code switch more around black people than they do in the other race of people. All the black people that was cool with him now have to play this position where I ain't cool with him. That was back in the 80s. That ain't the Donald Trump that I knew. But now, like I said, we had so many people say they was going to go vote for Kamala and then went into the damn polls in the booth and voted a whole nother way. Now we see all these athletes and John Jones out here doing a Trump dance because now they get to express themselves because Trump won. But if he would have lost, they would have still acted like, yeah, I voted for Kamala, whoop, because black people have to code switch with black people more than any other race, which is some sad shit to see.
Right. He bucked the establishment, which we love, and we gravitated to that. And obviously, he was
and also he was a certain age,
and
you get a certain like,
it was cool
understanding that white men of that age,
right?
They're going to be a little grandpa. We don't say that anymore.
No,
but like, him. Is he really like in his?
But what does he say where you be like, Grandpa? You know, you can't call the blackies that no more. You know, we don't refer to the black men like that anymore. Like, I haven't heard him say anything where you'd be like, you know, Grandpa, you know, those words are a little outdated. You know, we don't refer to them as Negroes anymore, niggers anymore. You know, you have to actually call them by their name today in today's time. I haven't seen that. If y'all can correct me in the comment section, if you seen him say something that was outlandish or a tad bit racist, just let me know. And I'm gonna say this: I'm not beholden to the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. I think we got something going as black men. I think black men need to come together and make their own political party. Because if Kamala can spend $1.5 billion and still be 20 million in the hole, I think we can come together and say, hey, I don't give a damn what your beliefs is. If you want gay shit, if you want straight shit, if you want open borders, if you don't, hey, we're going to run us that 1.5 billion and we're going to vote for however you want us to vote. But I know it'll be hard for black men to just come together and put something together like this. But that's all we got to do, and we can change the trajectory of this bitch overnight. All we got to do is start our own political party and say, hey, the only way we vote for y'all got to spend some money. Work for our vote, 1.5 billion, send that right over here.
His heart like hateful. No, I think
I don't
think his motivation is I don't like black people. I think his motivation is everybody must love.
I agree, Brad. That's not happening, big dog. Black folks can't even agree on who we are. And that's why I say black people, we need a black folks 10 commandments. We need a black folks 10 commandments, because I remember back in the day when I was growing up, we used to be like, oh, that's some white folks shit. The stuff that people used to do, white people used to do, we used to be like, that's some white folks shit. But then I keep telling y'all, black people are 20 to 40 years behind white people. And what I mean by that is you got so many people, you can see a lot of black women saying stuff like this. Love is love. If it's a tree, I'ma fuck it. Love is love, just love. Don't they sound like the hippies back in the 70s and 80s that was getting high? If you think about it now, the black women of today sound like the hippies of the old days. We so far behind that we just playing catch up to white people, and we saying the same rhetoric. But when I was growing up, it was a lot of stuff where we was like, oh, that's that white folk shit. Now we're seeing a lot of black people, black boys that's doing streaming shit. Like your Casanats, the way they acting, how they around other black men and the little gay jokes they make. As a black dude growing up, we never made jokes like that with each other. But now they make jokes like that with each other all the time. And end it with pause. So, like I said, it's just a different time.
Love me.
Thank you. And that's why, that's right there. What you just said, everybody must love me.
It's his narcissism. It's not his racism.
I have never called him a racist. I have never spoken about him that way. Ever. Not one time. Because I knew him beforehand. And I was.
All right. So here's the thing.
Right.
So that.
And like Stephen A. Smith said, he ain't never referred to that man as being racist, and he know him. And there's a lot of people, even Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson had to come out and say, hey, yeah, I'm going to vote for Trump. Who going to whoop me? Did y'all see that clip where he was on there with Ebro? And everybody just act like he didn't say what he said. Yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Who gonna whoop me? And they was like, nobody. I might not agree, but ain't nobody gonna. Of course you ain't. Look at this motherfucker, Mike Tyson. It's Mike Tyson. So the next video I want to play, I'm gonna play it on the back of this one. I'm gonna play it on the back of this one. I might change this, what you call it, real quick. I'm gonna play it on this one right here. And the reason I'm gonna play this one is because y'all make sure y'all like the video. The reason I'm gonna play this one is because we've been having a lot of people complaining about Donald Trump not picking anybody black for his cabinet. Now, one, I don't think us as black men are crying out here for representation. I don't need a black man to be in Trump's cabinet, no matter how much black men showed up and voted for him at a 20% clip. I don't need that in his cabinet. I don't need, like they say, it's 13% black people, 14% black people in the population. It needs to be 14% black people in all these things. I don't believe in that. I believe in people should get the job that best benefits them, their employer, or what they're able, or they're merit-based, basically. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I believe people should get it off merit, a meritocracy. So I just want to put that out there. I don't believe I need you to show black men. The only time we hear that is with the black women, black girls rock, and we need the representation and all this. No. But let's play this video here.
So it seems like Al Sharpton was loud and wrong. Take a look.
Ex Donald Trump, you talked about black men would be with you. Where's a black man being nominated by you for your cabinet? Has anyone noticed there's no black that has been nominated on his cabinet?
Well, Al Sharpton, you asked for it and you got it. Trump picked Scott Turner to lead Department of Housing and Urban Development. Now, just to give a little background on him, Trump put out a statement stating that Scott Turner was an ex-NFL veteran who served in Trump's first term as executive director of the White House Opportunity and Revitalization Council, helping to lead an unprecedented efforts that transformed distressed communities. He had worked with Ben Carson, which was the former HUD secretary, and under Scott's leadership, he received over $50 billion in private investment for opportunity zones. And just the icing.
This is a pretty black woman here.
On top, and the cherry on top, he is a congressman from Texas. He is also married. His wife's name is Robin, and his son's name is Solomon. Now, of course, for me, I don't really highlight too many of Trump's cabinet picks, but I just saw how they were trying to drag Trump, of course, being a racist and a sexist.
Oh, yeah, that shit used to piss me off, too. This right here, I never liked it when they had one black character in a movie with all white cast, just make them all white. I hated that too, because it was like, I'm gonna throw the nigga in there so they won't call us racist. Here you go, Blackie. Like I said, that's what liberals do. Liberals be like, here you go, Blackie. We know y'all can't use a computer. Here you go, Blackie. We know y'all can't take tests. Tests are for white people. Y'all are too dumb to take tests. Tests, what are that? IQ tests. And you know what's crazy? You will hear niggas say the same shit. You'll say somebody test. Well, testing has been perceived as racist at times. And who made those tests? Those tests were made for white people. And I'm like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? I just sat in class next to white boys and white girls and be like, these motherfuckers is stupid. I done been in class sitting right. I'm in class and the white boys copying out my paper in math. What the hell going on? And I think this is the one thing I do think integration will help. If you are able to go to a school with white people and actually just be around them and see how they talk, move, and act, their grades, their scores, and what they think and believe, your mindset would change overnight about how white people view themselves and how you view white people. Trust me. if I'm in class and I'm passing this quote unquote the racist test, and the white boy asking me how I'm passing the test, it ain't that damn. Trust me. But I also understand that I have a higher IQ than most motherfuckers. But even white people, I just know that I've taken plenty of tests. So, like I said, I get it. But at the same time, I do think that a lot of black people have been going to HBCUs their whole life, or black-owned, high schools and middle schools. They haven't really sat around white people that really understand, hey, these motherfuckers stupid, bro.
And all of this stuff on mainstream media. And we see that Trump has a very diverse cabinet. And also, I trust Trump's picks, that he's doing a great job. So for me, there's not too much to talk about it, but I wanted to highlight this. Now I want to hear what Al Sharpton and the rest of these race hustling journalists got to say about this pick now, because we know how they like to pick people's life apart. I already checked. He has a black wife. He has a black son. He gives back.
Oh, she doing her due diligence. See, I ain't watching that far, because that's the next thing. What she said was going to be the next thing people was going to ask. Well, he married to a white girl. All of this whoop de whoop. He really ain't black. But y'all let Kamala. Oh, Kamala was blackity black. She was blackity black. And everybody talk about her white husband. Oh, that don't matter. But y'all know black men can't interracially date. Y'all know that, right? And hold these positions, because that's going to discredit him for doing anything. But if a black woman is married outside her race, she get all the support from black women.
A lot, he's a follower of Jesus Christ, strong family values. So what are you going to pick apart with him? Because before, with Tim Scott or Byron Donald, they have a white wife. But I like the fact that y'all are really fine-tooth combing anybody that Trump picks in his cabinet, unlike Kamala Harris, who picked
the reason I think a lot of times black women get mad about interracial dating too is because it was a white man and a black woman that went to the Supreme Court to be married. I think black women just figured they was going to be the only one to be able to date outside their race.
Goofy VP pick that was white, and y'all didn't have anything to say about Tim Walz, even all the scandals that came out about Tim Walz.
Tried to do
right, and she didn't pick no black man to be her vice president.
The best I can, but I've not been perfect, and I'm a knucklehead at times.
Goofy, and y'all had nothing to say. Y'all had nothing to say about the cabinet picks of Biden. All of
these fucking fairies,
fairy-looking people that he had in his cabinet, unqualified.
Right.
Unqualified. We do not care about of Biden.
Like, these are the people that this man really had in his cabinet.
All of these fairy-looking people that he had in his cabinet, unqualified. We do not care about race over here at all. That DEI stuff is gone with the dodo birds now.
Brad, I agree with you. Most black folks have never been around non-blacks like that to even have an opinion about them. And I think that's the reason that black people have this allure about white culture, and they feel like it's so mysterious and this mystiqueness about it, and feel like it's so much superior than black culture because they haven't been around it to really experience it. So sometimes when it's just like folklore. It's like the Loch Ness Monster. When every time your motherfucker tell a story about a Loch Ness Monster, he said it was 12 feet, and the next nigga say it was 13 feet, and the next nigga say it was 14 feet, and it was big as the Titanic, and then the next one say it was as big as a cruise ship. And every time you hear something, it's bigger and better, but you never seen the damn Loch Ness Monster. But every time you hear about it, it just get bigger and grandiose and bigger and bigger, so it just builds the allure about it. So I think the same thing happens with white culture, that so many people hear about it. Black people hear about white culture and them making so much money and family unit and generational wealth and racism. They just think there's this big ball of white greatness over there, and they ain't never even seen it.
We care about quality. We care about who is going to get the job done. We care about merit. Y'all want to get upset with Trump because he's picking loyalists. This is his cabinet.
And why wouldn't he? The man just got shot at twice. Why wouldn't I pick people that's loyal to me? I got shot at twice. But y'all say it was a play so he can win the presidency. I don't know.
What do you mean? Like that, y'all don't make any sense. He has women in his cabinet, all different type of ethnic groups in his cabinet. We're not with that goofy stuff over here. We want to pick people to get the job done. That's what we are about, making America great again. So congratulations to Scott Turner, and I wish you all the best. And the rest of the cabinet picks, I wish you all the best. And let's make America great again.
And you know why I played that video? It's not even about the Trump aspect of it. It's simply because I love seeing a black woman support a black man. That's why I picked that video. I love seeing a black woman support a black man. We don't see that often. We don't see that often. Even if she did vote for Trump, it would be more of a thing if, let's say, she was a Kamala supporter and she's like, well, I'm gonna support him just because he's a black man, even though his views are different. Because ain't that how a lot of black women say when it comes to people's lifestyle? I ain't gonna judge them, but since they black, I'm gonna support them. But when it comes to quote unquote voting against your interest, now you can't support a black man because he's on the opposite side, voting for Trump. Like I said, it was beautiful to see, and it was a beautiful lady that was supporting that man. So, next video I want to talk about. Y'all make sure y'all like the video.